Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl Junior Mint, and I am so excited to be back. I really made sure to have a bold look in a moment. I went with this beautiful red eye and this beautiful red blazer that I literally found at a thrift shop. So I'm feeling good and I'm so excited to be back and to be able to talk with you all and share some wisdom for us all to grow and learn and experience our lives in a more healthy way, in a way that makes us more loving and caring to ourselves and our community. So, what does that mean? We are about to jump into a very important topic. It is a topic that has not only importance for our everyday lives, but for the everyday lives of the people we love, the everyday lives for the things that we like to do, the everyday lives for everyone, because mental health check-ins are so completely important for our lives. Or, what do yes. The topic that we are covering today is a topic that is not only quintessentially important to every single facet of our lives, but it is quintessential to every. Oh, wait. Yes. Work, work, work. That's how I want to say it. Okay. Stunning. hmm yeah, I guess we'll just start it over. Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl Junior Mint, and I am so excited to be back. I have been really processing a lot, especially over this past week and a half with losing my aunt, and it has given me so many valuable moments of reflection and so many valuable moments of stillness and conversation with myself. I am getting to realize how amazingly strong I am, and on top of it, how I have truly been putting in the work beforehand. So now that I'm getting to a point where I'm hit this difficult moment in life where, oh, wait, I have the tools that I've already been sharpening to actually turn this into a moment that I can heal and grow into the next better version of Junior in this next chapter of my life. And that ties in perfectly to what we are talking about today because for this sermon, what we are talking about are mental health check ins. Who we are doesn't just affect our lives, it affects the lives of the ones that we love. Because when you show up tired, when you show up drained, when you show up unhappy, you're bringing that person to the protest, to your gatherings, and all of these different spaces that you inhabit. And so it is so important to be checking in with yourself on what you need, how you can get what you need, and how people around you who love you and support you can help you to get what you need. So let's talk about it. Let's jump into it. And yeah, over this entire past week and a half, I've just had a lot of time to sit and reflect with me by myself, me with my mom, because with the passing of my aunt, it kind of is a moment in my life where larger people in my life are passing away, and it is something that no one ever teaches you to process, and it's something that is not talked about that often, but it is something that I'm so happy that I've learned how to check in mentally with myself because it has allowed me to take the time that I need in order to get to a place where I can actually sit down in front of a camera and do what I love, which is share pieces of myself, share my wisdom, as well learn from you all and all of these different things. But it is really fantastic to know that mentally checking in with yourself can help you through so many different moments in your life, difficult moments and happy moments, because not everybody teaches you how to process the good, amazing things in life. Literally, I was just watching an interview with, I think it was Bree Runway, and she was saying how she is like trying to process all of the good things that are happening in her life because, as a black trans woman, I have to fight every single day for everything that I have. So when a good thing happens, you're not really taught or really given the tools to actually process all of the good things and that you don't have to keep living in survival mode. And so with that, it just all ties into really mentally checking in with yourself because as I have gotten more success with my art and with my drag, as more people have been connecting to everything that I've been saying in these videos, it's something where I have to teach myself how to tell yourself good job, how to be proud of yourself, how to as well tell yourself that you don't have to be somebody different in order to continue with what you want to do. That in and of itself is a whole nother journey of just discovering who you are. It's very amazing when you can check in with yourself and say, this isn't serving me right now, or I need space and I need time. And so it's important to be granting that to yourself and reminding the ones around you and the people that you love that as well, they need to be taking the time and the space to do that for themselves. Whether it be saying that or whether it be you telling your stories of you taking care of yourself, because that's kind of what this video is. It's me connecting with you all about how I'm checking in with myself on good days, bad days, in between days, days where I don't know up from down. But it's just about being present with yourself and being able to actually be honest with yourself and honest enough with yourself to say, I'm not doing all right, because you have to realize it yourself before you can ever get help from somebody. And that's a great thing that I've learned in this life from living, from being an RA, from so many different things in my life has taught me that until you can say the words and check in with yourself enough to be like, I need help, I can't do this, you'll never be able to get the help. And once you realize that there's no shame or any guilt should be attached to realizing that you're not doing okay, because honestly, it's something to be proud of. The moment that you realize you're not doing okay, bitch, yes, be honest with yourself. That's the first time that you really got to share something with yourself. You just told yourself the truth for the first time in a long time. And that was something that made me realize it's a weight off of your shoulders, because once you can honestly sit there and be honest with yourself, that's when you can be honest about what you need. Because the moment that you realize, oh, I don't like where I'm at, I don't like how I'm doing, I don't like any part of it, that's the moment where you can then be like, well, what is going to help? What is something that you need? And then that's the moment you can begin to relieve some pressure, relieve some tension. And I say that because in every facet of my life, the hardest things in the world were just really built up in my anxieties and shame and guilt. It's not easy. It's like after you make the realization, the hardest part is doing the thing. But I realized that I couldn't keep running from how I actually was when all I'm doing is just running from myself. I'm the only person I have to be with all of my life. I'm the only person I have to sit with. You might as well be honest. That mental check-in can happen with yourself. It can happen with you just writing down and journaling about how you actually feel. It could be you talking to a therapist, which I recommend. It is mind-boggling. If you live in New York City, you as a New York City resident, you're entitled to 12 free weeks of therapy, I learned. So the clinic that I used to go get STD tested at before the pandemic, because mama wasn't laying with nobody in this pandemic. So literally the clinic that I used to go to in Crown Heights, it was so amazing. One, all of the nurse practitioners, Black women. All of the people who worked in the office who did your paperwork, Black women. I was like, this makes me feel so comfortable. And then one moment, one day when I was getting tested, somebody pulled me aside and I was like, ooh, this is spooky. They were like, we have social workers on site who are trained therapists. All of them are Black women. And that was my selling point, because every time before I'd heard that okay, I have to talk to a white man. Usually it's going to end up being a white man or a white woman. And I can't connect to them about actually opening up emotionally. It was really a life-changing experience to know that, oh wow, I can talk to someone. I actually can open up about these things. It's just about me becoming comfortable with saying these things. And I fully recommend you finding some way, shape, or form to connect with yourself, to connect with how you're actually feeling, to connect with what's going on in your life, because it's not easy. It's not easy. And when you realize and come to terms with the fact that it's not easy, and truly understanding how not easy it is, I mean that in all of the ways of just sometimes waking up and walking out your door is stressful, because if I decide to be myself, I get catcalled. If I decide to not be myself, I get misgendered. One of those things where once you realize the pain of living is difficult, share it. Share it, because once you share it, you realize there's a weight off of you. There's no shame to be had. And honestly, on top of it, you are very, very strong for what you have come through. Thank you so much for watching this video. This message has been one that has really been one that I needed to keep reminding myself of just, yeah, there's no shame in checking in with yourself. There's no shame in taking the time to be like, no, this is a me night, and I'm just spending it checking in with how I'm feeling mentally, emotionally, and physically. So take the time for yourself. And thank you. Like, share, comment, subscribe. You know the whole gambit for YouTube. I love you, and I will see you in the next video.